We're looking at the art of stage directing, and in this section, we'll finish up our discussion by looking at the process that a director goes through to bring a production from its initial rehearsal to opening night. The success of a play production often rests on the director's ability to effectively and efficiently organize and conduct rehearsals in such a way that they will coordinate the efforts of all the artists involved in the play production to come together by opening night and hold together to the run of the production. As with any artistic approach, the director has their own way of organizing and conducting rehearsals. But there are a series of rehearsals that are traditionally conducted in preparation for a play production. The first rehearsal that is traditionally held in the theater is referred to as a read-through rehearsal. The read-through rehearsal typically involves the entire company involved in the play production. The primary event that occurs is evident in the name of the rehearsal itself. This is an opportunity for the company to come together and read through the entire script of the play to get a sense of the play in its entirety. Also, this is a chance for the director to discuss his vision for the play to the company before rehearsals begin. It is also a chance for the designer to share their design ideas with the cast so that they may get a sense of what the set, costumes, and lights will be like. The read-through rehearsal is typically conducted on a single evening and is the first time the cast has an opportunity to go through the entire play together until it does again late in the rehearsal process. After the read-through rehearsal, most directors will take their actors through a series of rehearsals referred to as blocking rehearsals. To prepare for these rehearsals, the director typically breaks the script into separate working units. Most often, the play is already divided into acts and scenes. It is typical for the director to further divide the script into what are referred to as French scenes. A French scene begins and ends whenever a character makes an entrance or an exit. This is done in the script itself in the classical French theater much in the same way that acts and scenes are divided in American theater. Modern directors will divide the play into French scenes to allow them to prepare entrances and exits on the stage, and also it will allow them to break the play up into smaller, more workable units. Then the director will go through a process that is referred to as paper blocking. He will sit down with the script and a floor plan of the set and enter specific blocking into his prompt script that will be communicated to the actor. It is this preliminary process where he will also record possible stage business in which the actor will engage at specific points in the action of the play. After the paper blocking is done, the director will then go through a series of blocking rehearsals with his cast. Over a period of days, or perhaps weeks, the director will give the actors their blocking positions and where their cues are to move from one position to another. Also, he will give them their cues for where specific stage business will occur. The actor will take these directions and pencil them into their scripts at the appropriate points in the scene, and then will walk through the blocking and business and begin to make acting choices based on these initial rehearsals. After the blocking rehearsals are complete, the director then takes the actors through what is referred to as off-book rehearsals. Off-book rehearsals require the actors to have their lines, blocking, and business memorized, as they will now rehearse without the benefit of their script. In this way, they can now coordinate their blocking and business along with acting choices they have made with respect to the emphasis and intensity of their action. These rehearsals allow the director and his cast to begin to fine-tune the action for appropriateness and authenticity. There are typically more off-book rehearsals than there are blocking rehearsals, as the adjustment from performing with the script to performing without a script requires more time over a fewer number of pages of the script. Often, Because the off-book rehearsals may require many weeks, a director will also schedule a periodic review rehearsal, which will allow the actors to perform larger sections of the play which have already had off-book rehearsals in order to refresh the actions in their minds. This also begins to give them a sense of how the running of a larger section of the play will affect their performance. After the off-book rehearsals have been completed near the end of the rehearsal process, the director will take his cast through what are referred to as running rehearsals. At running rehearsals, large sections of the play will be performed in their entirety. They may take a few runs of large scenes. Sometimes, the running rehearsals will involve individual acts of the play. After the cast has run through these sections, they will typically reconvene with the director, where he or she will conduct what is referred to as notes. During the run of the large section, the director takes notes while watching and makes notations of problems and successes that have occurred. During the notes section of the rehearsal, the director shares these ideas and thoughts with the cast, and then the problems may be addressed and successes may be celebrated. In the final weeks of the rehearsal process, the efforts of all the artists begin to come together. First, the director takes the company through a series of technical rehearsals. Technical rehearsals involve the lights, sound effects, and, if necessary, scene changes. They begin with what is referred to as a dry tech rehearsal. Dry techs are where technicians practice their cues without the actors present. At these rehearsals, the technicians go through the script from cue to cue and practice executing their assignments. Once the dry techs have been successfully completed, the play comes together in a series of wet techs. Wet tech rehearsals bring the performances of the actors together with the efforts of the technician to blend the production efforts into an integrated whole. In the dress rehearsal, which usually begin with a costume parade, the actors perform their roles in their costumes and make whatever adjustments are required. Typically, one dress rehearsal will not include the hair and makeup adjustments. This is often added at a subsequent dress rehearsal. These rehearsals culminate in a final dress rehearsal that is often referred to as a preview rehearsal. The preview rehearsal involves a run-through of the play in front of an invited audience that will allow the company to fine-tune their efforts in coordination with potential audience reactions. The preview rehearsal is typically the final rehearsal before the play opens before a paying audience. Once the play opens, the director's responsibilities are complete. Well, there it is, the art and processes of play directing. In the next and final unit, we will take a look at where theater is today. For now, complete your task for this section, and we'll come back to finish our discussion of the art of theater.